Hi, I'm John Hodoway with Nighthawk Custom Training Academy. One of the questions that I get asked all the time by new gun owners is, how do I store that gun at home securely? Now, I want to be really clear about something. I think a good full-size gun safe is an important tool, and we may talk about that at some point. But primarily what we're talking about here is your primary personal defense handgun that you would carry with you on a daily basis. How do I secure that? Well, there's a couple of things that I want to stress to you. First of all, this is not something that you would put the gun in at home. I'm going to recommend you carry the gun on your person at home. That way you have it for immediate access if something happens at the door or you get surprised in the backyard or on your own property. So this is not an excuse not to carry your gun. But let me start off with, this is what I consider to be kind of a minimum level of security. I bought this one at Cabela's. I think I paid like $30 for it. So it's about the cost of getting a good box of personal protection ammunition. Now, the way this works, they come in two different styles. The first style, which I have demonstrated here in front of you, is this Tumbler Style. And all you have to do is remember what you set your code at, really straightforward, just like, you know, a luggage or a small lock box. The second style has a key with it. I recommend, having had both of them, use the Tumbler Style. The reason is, once you secure your gun in here, you may be separated from that key that may be in your pants pocket that's on the floor of your bedroom, maybe somewhere in your hotel room. You may have left it in the car, you may have put it in a briefcase, could be any number of places. There's no way that you can misplace this combination. So simply put, all you do is you set your combination. This is the default 000. Once you've got this set, you simply open it up, and in here, this is one of my daily carry guns, a Walther PPS in 9mm. As you can see, this will secure a relatively full-size handgun. Most of your Glocks, your 1911s will all fit in here. When I was traveling a lot, what I would do is put my gun, a couple of empty magazines, maybe a pocket knife, a cigar cutter, whatever I had that TSA really didn't care for, put it in here, lock it up, put it inside my check bag. Didn't take up a lot of room, and I could have my kit ready to go. Oftentimes I'd put the gun in the holster in here, so when I got to the airport, got my check bag, I could load up and I was ready to go get my rental car. This is the minimum level of security. Now, let me just talk about a couple things I don't like about this. Well, first, let me talk about a feature here. This has a little slit here that you can put a cable through, loop the cable back around, has a little crimp on here. This prevents it from just being simply grabbed. You can put it around the bed in a hotel room, piece of furniture, put it around the car, seat, anything that would be a closed loop. It's not going to be permanent. It's not going to prevent it from someone with tools, but it will prevent a casual grab of this box. A couple of detracting things I don't like. This mechanism on the top here, as you can see, can be kind of moved around, and it wears down as you access the box. And this is just, for the price that you get, you just got to expect that you're going to have to be careful with this, and this is not going to be, it's really economical. There's better solutions out there, but I like it just as a first line of defense, and also for travel it works really well. And I would call this, in a low threat environment, and really it's a tamper-resistant device that meets the requirements of storing the gun. Okay, the second safe, this is one that I bought. This one happens to be a Winchester E-Vault, and as you can see from this one, this has what I consider to be an electronic biometric, meaning I enter the combination with my fingers. Some of them have fingerprint scanners that you can program for different things. It also has a key override here on it that you can see. Now, this safe, in theory, is really great because at night you could walk up simply, you could feel the buttons, and this one I've set a really simple combination, and gee, wonder what happened here. Oh, let's enter the code a few more times. Oh, now it's beeping at me. Okay, so here's part of the problem that we've got with this safe right here. Part of the problem is, if I don't enter the code right, it's beeping. If I need to access my gun in the middle of the night because I think someone's in my home, this safe may not be the best choice. And the reason I say this is, it's going to alert anyone who can hear in a silent house that I'm doing something, that I'm awake, that it's going on. Now, when the safe opens, it kind of opens vigorously here. And in this safe, you can see that you've got a little problem when you try to get a full-size gun out of the safe, because you really can't access the gun firmly and get the gun out. Now, this is a Sig Sauer P226 ST. It was built for me by Ernie Langdon with burner grips, and I've also put on the fiber optic night sights that go on there. And this is a great bedside gun, but again, the problem is with this safe, I don't like because it makes a lot of noise. It's not particularly small, but yet I still can't put my hand in there and access a full-size handgun. And I guess that's why most of the time the keys are up there, because it always seems to have an issue. It always beeps. Enter it too many times, this thing perpetually beeps till you pull the battery pack out of it. Not a big fan of these safes. I'm not a big fan of the biometric ones. These things lock up, and you know, it could be difficult to get into. Now, I'm going to show you what I consider to be the premier personal gun safe. This is made by Fort Knox, made in the USA. It has a combination lock that you push buttons on just like this one, but notice we didn't hear any beeps. You turn this latch, it's on hydraulics, it opens up for you, and then you can access your gun. Now, I'll show you what I like about this is I can literally put the gun in, access it. This is my daily carry gun, a Nighthawk Talon 2 with a bobtail. So I take this gun off at night, I simply lay it in here. Now, a couple of things I like about this safe from Fort Knox. First of all, I can just simply close this safe, and if I don't turn this tumbler right here, this safe is still open even though it's closed. So if I'm in a situation where I don't have small children or things like, you know, people that I don't know coming into the bedroom, I can simply do this, secure it, it's out of sight, it's easy access. If I take it off, go to the shower. But once I want to lock this, I simply turn this latch, and now my gun is secure. The other thing is this is significantly heavier than either one of these two. So in a safe, I don't want the safe moving around as I try to access it. All of these can be secured, but this one I like because it has some significant weight to it. The next thing is if I was going to attack a safe, most people will tell you that you go in through the corners. You put a pry bar in here, you'd pry it down, you'd break the safe open. Rather than just going at it from, you know, straight from the metal, you always go to the opening. What I like about this safe is, if we look at this safe, we see that we have overlapping corners here. We have overlapping corners on the inside. So you can't just get a pry bar in there and get leverage on it. What you're going to do is start bending this heavy outside metal. The other thing that I like is it comes with 2 layers of foam in the safe. Well, with 2 layers of foam, I can set it up so that I can put, you know, any gun at the top of it, or I can put a gun and a holster and an extra magazine. What I'll oftentimes do is take my daily carry rig, which will be this gun, it'll be a flashlight, it'll be an extra magazine. I can place all of them in here. When I get ready to leave in the morning, all my gear's ready to go. I think if you're going to have a home safe, this is the one to invest in. Let me just review for you real quick why I like this. One, it gives me the option of closing it without locking it. It gives me the second option of once I try to access this safe, I don't have any noise going on. It's heavy, but yet it's hydraulically assisted on the opening, so I'm not going to fumble with it, and I can access the gun with a full firing grip when I get into the safe. This, I think, is the way to go if you can afford it. These safes run about $220, but it's the only one you'll ever have to buy. It also makes a good alternative if you can't afford a full upright safe. This is a great alternative, even to store a couple of handguns in. One underneath the lower foam, put your daily carry gun here, you can secure those. John Hodoway, Nighthawk Custom Training Academy, out.